Hey, what's up? It's back for Punch again with another review, and today it is for a system I haven't reviewed anything on yet, and I'm not going to give you any hints. I don't really want to give it away. Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo is what I'm going to be doing today. Let's just pop it in the old Super Nintendo and get going. Alright, so here we are with Mega Man X on the Super Nintendo. I cut out the intro and I'm speeding up the first stage, as you can see, because I really want to get to the actual stages and gameplay, and this beginning part really isn't too interesting. It's kind of just to get used to the game, and it really does work, but I played the game enough times, so I've really got this down already. Alright, so basically, this is just a step up from the Nintendo games. This is Capcom's answer for the Super Nintendo for their Mega Man series. Basically, what they did was they're upgrading the series, and they're giving new weapons and new powers, and basically trying to bring it into the 16-bit era, and I think they did a really good job. This game, I actually didn't play it when it came out. I borrowed it from a friend when I was about 15 or 16, and actually it was my first Mega Man game. I didn't have the original Mega Man games on Nintendo, and this was actually what got me into it, and now I'm a pretty big Mega Man fan, and I actually like the older ones now too. So this kind of brought me into what I am now. So here we are now at the first stage, and I mean, really, in a Mega Man game, you know that you can choose whatever stage you want before you start, but this is generally the first stage you would want to start with, because there's a power-up which in this stage is impossible not to get, but it's a dash power-up and it's very useful. But it's a pretty cool stage. It's ice level, you know, the obligatory platformer type level, and I think it plays pretty well. And I'm going to show you a little bit of this level, and then we're going to keep moving on. But once you start getting a feel of the game, it's pretty interesting, and this is definitely a good level to start off with. So here we are going into Flame Mana stage. I'm going to show you the boss intro now, uncut, because the rest of them I'm going to speed up, just to get you the idea. This stage is pretty interesting because after you've beaten the ice level, which I just did, it actually changes the stage completely. Everything you see the ice below was lava before, and it becomes ice after you beat that level, and it makes it possible to get a couple of power-ups and items. I'm cutting it in a way so that you don't see all the secrets, because I think that's a lot of the fun of Mega Man games, is getting those secret power-ups and items, and I really don't want to spoil it. I think this was a good start for me for Mega Man, because it has all the polish of a newer game, Super Nintendo style game, rather than the Nintendo games, because I felt like I think back then I really wouldn't have gotten into it straight with the Nintendo. I think I kind of needed to be weaned a little bit with this power-up style gameplay. This level here is one of my favorite levels in the game. I think the music is awesome. But basically, there were a couple main things, so let me explain. If you've never played a Mega Man X game before, it's a regular platformer, run and gun platformer. Of course, you can see that in the gameplay. And every time you beat a boss, you get his weapon, and that's the way the game works. And then when you can get to each other boss, the weakness of the boss could be based on the weapon you used that you got from the last boss. So basically, it's kind of like I think they said that the whole game was based on this rock, paper, scissors type of idea. The features they've added in this game that are upgrades from the NES version are the wall climbing that you can see. His feet can grasp walls, and then there's a lot of power-ups. He has the dash power-up, obviously. He's got a helmet power-up. He's got a power-up to reduce damage. He's got all kinds of power-ups and items that weren't really in the NES game, and I think is a really good aspect of the series that was added here. Obviously, as you can see, I'm just showing short clips of each level, but I think this is really a game that's a must-play. If you have a Super Nintendo, you really should pick this one up. It's one of the best games in the system, in my opinion. But basically, I think as an improvement over Mega Man, I think they did a really good job. I still like the original series on its own, as its own type of game, but this one they really did a great job with the graphics and gameplay and the music. They really pull everything together to make a really good game with this. I should mention, of course, the level design, since we're obviously seeing clips of everything. and I think they did a fantastic job with the backgrounds. They have several layers in the backgrounds and differing enemies for each level. They really spent their time devoted into the sprites and changing all the backgrounds, and some interesting stuff going on. The Mega Man series, of course, is untouchable in regards to the genre that it's in. It's basically the best of the best, and Capcom really doesn't fail you at all in this game. They've got all the action and everything that everyone loved from the original Mega Man games, and they really just did an upgrade here. There's nothing I would say that's not improved from the original Mega Man games. Like always, this is just footage of me playing, so you're not going to get the whole game, and this is just kind of me breezing through certain stages. I did something crazy this time. I actually did something called editing, because this video I'm trying not to make it run too long. I'm going to take a moment here to show off some of the weapon type power-ups. This is what happens after you beat the boss, and you get a weapon each boss, and this is basically what it looks like. It gives you a little sample there, and of course this is only a couple of them. There are 8 different weapons for the 8 different bosses in the game, and each one can be used for different ways and can be useful against certain enemies. It's the classic Mega Man formula, but it works very well in this game. So basically, I'm just showing you just the stages themselves here. I'm not actually even showing the bosses or the boss battles, because I really feel I don't want to show the whole game off, and it's something you really should play. I don't want you to look at this and feel like you've played the game. I want you to actually get it and play the game, because I really think it's worth it. If you at all are a fan of the original Mega Man series, you're really going to like this one. If you play the newer X series games, I believe this and X2 are the best ones in my opinion. So if you're playing any of the later ones and you like them, I think you should go back and try these. Just because a game is older doesn't really mean it's bad, of course. I mean, there's a lot of retro gamers here on YouTube that will attest to that. But I mean, if you're not really into these old kind of games, you should really try this out, especially if you like the newer Mega Man X games or any game of this really type, because this type of game really is dying out, and I think that this is basically it in its prime, and it's done to perfection here. So here we are now at the last stage of those initial 8 that I'm showing off. After this, there of course, if you played Mega Man, or I guess if you haven't, there is a stage basically that is the boss's stage, and it's got a couple levels inside of it, and then at the end ultimately you can face all 8 of those bosses again. Because that's just the Mega Man formula, of course. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I would like a comment if anyone thinks that they'd rather this kind of shorter edited type of video or the same gameplay type of videos I've done before. It'd be interesting to know which one that people really are looking for, and I guess if you like my videos, comment, rate, subscribe, etc. Just want to end by saying that if you like what you saw here in these videos, the game itself when you're playing it is even more fun than this, and it's definitely worth a pickup. Well, I'll see you guys later, and I've definitely got more videos planned, so stay tuned.